You are listening to the Mid-State League Weekly, covering Harvest Preparatory School athletics, and we'll be taking you around the Mid-State League. Hello, my name is Willie Stevens. Thank you guys for listening. Today is Sunday, October the 9th, and it's a great day for Harvest Prep. And just want to give you some little updates here. You can follow me on social media, on Twitter at MSL Weekly, on Instagram at Willie Stevens Photography, on Facebook.com/Willie's Pics, or you can send me an email at WillieStevensPhotography@mail.com. Our first segment, we'll be diving into Harvest Prep sports, athletics, soccer, volleyball, football. And our second segment, we'll be recapping you around the Mid-State League, updating you on the scores and what other teams are doing. In our third segment, we'll give you updates and announcements around the Mid-State League. We have a co-host here today. Ben Sturgeon is going to help me do this show today. Hi, Ben. How you doing?
I'm good, Willie. How about you?
We're doing great. Harvest Prep, 57-10, Burn Union. That was Friday, October the 16th at 7 p.m. And what is your take on Harvest Prep?
Well, this season, I feel like they had a really weak start. A little shaky getting off their feet after losing all the seniors last year. But you've seen the team come together as the season's moved on. After beating Millersport a couple weeks ago really bad, and you got beaten Burn Union this week 57-10, and the only points that Burn Union scored was in the fourth quarter when Harvest Prep put out their second team. You could tell that the team had just pulled together over the season and are moving as a unit and are definitely a force to be reckoned with from this point moving forward.
Yeah, that's true. And this guy, Daniel Bangura, man, he's a beast. He's this guy. Let me just go through the game highlights. Daniel Bangura rushed for 306 yards, and he scored seven touchdowns. Yeah. 7 touchdowns as Harvest Prep rolled over Burn Union 57-10 in the Mid-State League Cardinal. Yeah,
his average play, every time he touched the ball, he averaged 17 yards per carry.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a touchdown in 5 carries.
Man, Bangura has scores of 62, 58, and 52 yards or more, and he has carried 18 times for the Harvest Prep Warriors, which he rushed for 438 total all-purpose yards. Some of the scoring highlights: Burn Union started the game off with Zane Myers with a 3-yard run. Harvest Prep came back with Daniel Bangura on a 53-yard run, and the kick was good, and we're still in the first quarter. Harvest Prep came back. Curtis Jones a 9-yard run with the field goal. Daniel Bangura came out with a 5-yard run, and then Daniel Bangura came back again with a 2-yard run, and then Harvest Prep scored on a safety in the second quarter, and then Daniel Bangura with a 12-yard run. I know you guys get tired of me calling his name, but you better get used to it. This guy's he's a stud running back. Daniel Bangura had a 37-yard run, and then he came back with a 62-yard run. And then Burn Union, Jacob Ritter with a 21-yard field goal, and that was probably the late in the game. I think it was like the fourth quarter. And then DB came back with a 58-yard run, and Jose Garcia with the field goal. And Harvest Prep is rolling right now. They actually control their own destiny. If they went out, then that final game is going to be a barn burner. They played number 1 Fairfield Christian. I think they're tied neck and neck in the Mid-State League, but we'll get down to that later on in the show. Some of the team stats: total yards, Burn Union 109, Harvest Prep 464 total yards. First downs, there was nothing recorded. Yards and rushes, I think Burn Union rushed 31 times for 82 yards. Harvest Prep rushed 42 times for a total of 438 yards. What do you think about that? That's a lot of yards.
42 runs at 438 yards in total. That's over 10 yards a run.
Yeah, I mean, they was getting first downs every time they touched the ball. Completions, 3 completions, 11 attempts for Burn Union. And I don't know if this stat is right. It says 6 out of 3. I don't know if that's right or not, but this is coming from Columbus Dispatch Sports, and I'm just here to record it. Completion percentage, Burn Union 27.27, Harvest Prep 50.0 on completions here. Personal stats here: Burn Union in passing completions. Let me see. I don't think it was none recorded because Burn Union didn't do too much of nothing. I think they scored on the field goal. But Harvest Prep, Jamal Lipsey, he passed 6 times for 3 completion. 50% percentage was 50%, 26 yards on the passing, and then rushing, Daniel Bangura, 18 rushes, 306 yards, 17 average of 17 yards a carry, and he scores 7 touchdowns. What do you think about that?
That's crazy. I mean, as a running back, scoring 7 touchdowns in a game, and you're a junior in high school at this point in time, you're going to have scouts looking at you from all over the country, and they're going to be banging on your door, banging it down to get you scholarships to get to their school. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to a D1 school like Ohio State or Alabama.
Oh, I mean, somebody be coming. Let me just Harvest Prep is located at 4595 Gender Road, Canal, Winchester, Ohio. Anybody want to come out and see Daniel Bangura, come see him. This guy's a stud running back, and his numbers are ridiculous. Just read some of those numbers for me there. I mean, we're going to break down every game and his touches and his yards and his touchdown percentage.
Yeah, weeks 1 through 3 were the drop weeks for Harvest Prep when they were gathering all their stuff together and coming together as a team. For the first week when they played Bexley, which was unfortunately a loss for Harvest Prep, Daniel Bangura rushed 23 times for 141 yards, which is only an average of 5.3 yards per carry, but he still managed to pull out 2 touchdowns, the only touchdowns that Harvest Prep scored that game. Week 2, he rushed 45 times for 311 yards, and an average of 6.9 yards per carry for 3 touchdowns, which not too bad of a stat as a running back. That's actually average.
That's
but,
right.
That's him performing on his worst games. In the third week, he rushed 40 times for 395 yards at an average of 9.9 yards per carry.
Wow,
for 4 touchdowns against Bishop Rosecrans, if I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
And week 4, the first win of the season for Harvest Prep, he rushed 38 times for 412 yards at 10.8 yards a carry on average for 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, man. This guy's a stud.
Then week 5, he rushed 21 times for 324 yards at an average of 15.8 yards per carry. You see that number going up.
Wow.
He got only 4 touchdowns because when they played Madison Plains, he was taking the chance to run these yards and he would run out of bounds before he got to the end zone and let someone else take the touchdown. 2 weeks ago when Harvest Prep blew Miller's Port out 84-0.
Wow.
16 rushes for 312 yards, an average of 19.5 yards per carry for 4 touchdowns.
19 yards a carry.
And he was only in for a quarter of the game.
That's right.
And then this past week against Burn Union, as Willie already said, he rushed 18 times for 306 yards at an average of 17 yards per carry.
Wow.
And he scored 7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns. And look at these numbers are staggering. Look at the total. Out of 7 games, listen to what this guy has done.
He's got 7 games under his belt. He's got 3 more to go, and he's already at 2,201 yards total, and he's rushed the ball 201 times, which is over 10 yards per carry. He's got 29 touchdowns.
29 touchdowns.
This kid's going to be pushing 50 and 60 touchdowns by the end of the season.
3 more games to go.
If they don't even make it into the playoffs.
Wow, I mean, and this guy's still healthy. I mean, if he can stay healthy, if this whole team can stay healthy, they can really dominate they can really dominate the Mid-State League.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to give you we're going to recap, go around the league, give you scores, updates on what all the other schools are doing. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimich. All right, we're back, and we're going to take you around the Mid-State League, let you know what other schools have done this past Friday. Grove City Christian and Fairfield Christian went at it, and the final score was 43-21 Fairfield Christian. Matt Bailey scored on a 5-yard run for Grove City Christian. And then Bobby Leopard came back for Fairfield Christian with a 4-yard run. Logan Roca with a 9-yard pass from Caleb Londenhall. And then Grove City Christian came back. Quentin Jeffries with a 14-yard pass from Matt Bailey. And then Fairfield Christian scored on 85-yard kickoff return, 5-yard pass from the quarterback. And then Isaac Nair with a 39-yard pass from Caleb London Hall. And then Nico Moxie with a 7-yard run to give Fairfield Christian a victory of 43-21. I've been watching Nico Moxie, and this guy is a pretty good running back. I'm going to give you his stats. Grove City Christian, Matt Bailey, the quarterback, he threw 15 times for 3 completion, 49 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing, Matt Bailey, he rushed 16 times for 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. And receiving, there was nobody recorded in receiving. And Fairfield Christian's stats here. Let's see here. The quarterback, Caleb London Hall, he threw 20 times for 14 completions, 186 yards. That was that'd be 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's what that was. And the rushing, Nico Moxley, 20 attempts, 108 yards, and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Isaac Nair, 4 receptions, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. And I think this is Harvest Prep's biggest, one of the big. I think they can handle it, but these two teams are running neck and neck in the Mid-State League. Worthington Christian defeated Fisher Catholic 35-19. Emerson Patrick, total of 186 yards and 4 touchdowns, including 111 yards rushing with 3 scores to pace the Worthington Christian pass of visiting Fisher Catholic in the Mid-State League Cardinal Division. Patrick's third touchdown run helped give the Cardinals a 28-7 lead, and Joe Green, second of 2 touchdown passes also to Patrick, iced the game late in the fourth quarter. Alan McCall led Fisher Catholic with 135 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. What do you think about Fisher Catholic, man?
You know, they're not exactly a powerhouse school. They sit in the bottom half of the league. They don't stand much of a chance of making the playoffs now.
Them and Millersport are like kicking up the bottom and the rear. And Grove City Christian is, I think they're at the bottom too.
Yeah, believe it or not, Fisher Catholic's actually ahead of Grove City Christian, even though they have the same record.
That's
Statistically wise, Fisher Catholic's getting more yards and more touchdowns. They've just played tougher teams so far.
Yeah. Okay, Millersport and Bexley. This was a beatdown. It was Bexley 42, Millersport nothing. I don't know what happened to Millersport's football team, but everybody's getting a piece of their, you know what. But there's nothing to report on them other than Bexley. Their fullback, Michael Fiegel, 20-yard pass from Simon Crouch. Michael Fiegel, 6-yard run. I mean, it ain't too much to report for those. They're just 42-0 is all you need to know about that. Simon Crouch was 4 of 4, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Michael Fiegel rushed 8 times, 58 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. And Sean Early, 8 attempts, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's go to some of the other weekly scores here. In soccer, Worthington Christian 4, Bishop Hartley 3. Worthington Christian Renstad had 3 goals, 6 points. Todd had 1 goal, 2 points. Bowell had 11 saves. Bishop Hartley, Dunlap had 2 goals, 2 goals and 4 points. Molly Van Horn had 1 goal, 2 points, and Dempsey had 4 saves. Bloom Carroll defeated Fisher Catholic 3-0. Bloom Carroll scored Eakin, Castro, and Dozer all had 1 goal and 2 points. Kiefer had 1 save. Worthington Christian 5, Columbus School for the girls 1. Worthington Christian Todd and Rakes had 2 goals, 4 points. Reenstadt had 1 goal, 2 points. Bauer had 5 saves. And for Columbus School of Girls, Arthur had 5 saves. Fisher Catholic 2, Hamilton Township nothing. Fisher Catholic Quaintance had 2 goals, 4 points. Frank had 9 saves. And for Hamilton Township, Bailey had 10 saves. In the boys soccer, Bloom Carroll 6, Fisher Catholic 1. For Bloom Carroll, Monaghan and Smith and Jepson and Mason all had 1 goal, 2 points. Heidelberg 2 goals, 4 points. Brubaker had 3 saves. Andrew Kim had 2 saves. Fisher Catholic, Sam Frazier had 1 goal, 2 points, and Vogel had 9 saves. Worthington Christian 3, Grove City Christian 0. Worthington Christian Carey had 1 goal, 2 points. Belcher had 2 goals, 4 points, and Sanders and Yoder had 1 save each. And for Grove City Christian, Gillespie had 8 saves. Moving on to volleyball scores, Monday, October the 3rd, Worthington Christian, Fairfield Christian defeated Worthington Christian 3-2 in 5 sets. 25-21, 25-19, 25-23, 25-12, and 15-10. Tuesday, October the 14th, Fairfield Christian defeated Burn Union in girls volleyball 3-0. They won all 3 sets in that. Millersport was defeated by Grove City Christian 3-2 in 5 sets. Thursday, Harvest Prep was defeated by Grove City Christian 3-1. And Saturday, Grove City Christian defeated Briggs in 2 sets, 25-22 and 25-13. Grove City Christian defeated Gilead Christian 2-0 in 2 sets. Okay, those are your scores and your updates. At this time, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be giving you the announcements and updates from around the league. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimich. All right, we are back for the last and final segment of the Mid-State Weekly recap. First thing we want to do is we want to give you the Mid-State League standings. We let Ben's going to give you the Mid-State League standings for this week.
All right, for the Cardinal Division of the Mid-State League, in first place, Fairfield Christian has an overall record of 6-1 with a conference record of 3-0. In second, Harvest Prep with an overall record of 4-3, but containing a conference record of 3-0. They're still pushing back on Fairfield Christian's top spot. In third place, you have Worthington Christian with an overall record of 3-4 and a conference record of 2-1. Taking that last spot with the possibility to make it into the playoffs is Burn Union with a record of 3-4 overall, but a 2-2 conference record. They could still push Worthington Christian out. You have in fifth place Fisher Catholic with an overall record of 1-6 and a conference record of 1-3. Below them, you have Grove City Christian with an overall record of 1-6 and a conference record of 1-3. And unfortunately, at the bottom, we have Millersport with a sad record of 0-7 and a conference record of 0-3.
What is wrong with Millersport, man? I mean, you know, when I watch football games, at least give me an effort. Don't just get out there and just say, you know, just they look defeated to start with, man. I just looked at the coaching staff. I mean, give me an effort. Give me, you know, you got to play till the clock says 0. Don't just give up just because it's 38-0 in the first quarter, and you want to tuck your tails and go home. You got to play 4 quarters. You got to play solid 4 quarters. I mean, I like competition. I don't like, you know, just give it up.
I mean, the sad thing to me is, like, when I was watching Millersport play, they weren't even playing 1 quarter, let alone 4. They're walking out on the field. You watch the team come out. The jerseys are untucked. They're sitting there
body
chatting.
Language, man.
Helmets aren't even on. The coaches are just sitting there chit-chatting. Nobody's paying attention to what they're supposed to be. And you can just tell they're going into it like it's a joke. When you go into a game looking like it's a joke, I mean, you're going to play like a joke.
Man, I mean, that's just the bottom line. So those are your Mid-State League standings as of week 7. We're going into week 8 next week, and who's playing week 8?
Columbus Academy will face off with Burn Union on Friday, October 14th at 7 p.m. Also on Friday, October 14th, you have Harvest Prep playing at Grove City Christian and Worthington Christian playing at Millersport. And then, unusually, and this is unusual scheduling, Saturday, October 15th, Fisher Catholic will be playing at Fairfield Christian at 7 p.m. So if you don't have anything to do on your Saturday night, go on and swing out and watch two football teams play it out and see who wins.
Yeah, I went to one of the Fairfield Christian games. The reason they play on Saturday is because they don't have a home field. They're using Millersport's field. So they have to, if Millersport is playing on their own field on Friday, Fairfield Christian have to play on the field on Saturday. So, I guess this is what it is. Injury update: Isaiah Grisby is back in the lineup, but we still have 2 other players out with some significant injuries. I'm good to see him back on the field. He was out for about a game or 2.
One of those other players is Steph. I don't remember Shadarian's last name, is out with a foot injury still, and he likely will not be back on until the last week of the season at the earliest.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. So those are your standings and your upcoming games. So you had nothing to do, come see Harvest Prep, come see Daniel Bangura. You want to go see Fairfield Christian? Those are your games for this week. Some of the announcements around the league: Harvest Prep will have a mandatory preseason parent meeting for winter sports. This will be tomorrow, Monday, October the 10th at 7 p.m. It's going to be at Harvest Preparatory School MAC Conference Room. All parents and students, athletes planning on playing their winter sport, whether it's basketball, girls basketball. If you want to play, you need to be at this meeting. Please contact the athletic office if you have any other questions at 614-382-1111, extension 322. And another announcement coming in from Burn Union. Attention all Burn Union High School parents, staff, community, and Fairfield County Fair is quickly approaching, which is October 13th. And we need you and your student athletes to work at least one shift in the Burn Union Athletic Fair booth. This cannot be done without you. There are a lot of slots that need to be filled. Sign up now to get the time that's most convenient for your schedule. Contact Angie Barnes at barnesan@buschools.com, or you can give her a call at 740-215-4144, and you can sign up. She says thanks for your support, for supporting our kids, and go Rockets. And the Rockets practice will be from 6 to 8 that particular day. I guess they're practicing in the evening. Okay, those are all your announcements. That's the show for today. We want to thank the Ohio High School Athletic Association, which is affiliated with the Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association, which gives me an opportunity to produce a podcast to update you on the Mid-State League. We thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank Ben for co-hosting with me today.
It's been a pleasure.
And next week we'll be back for more of the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimich. You have a great week, and we're out.